It's Tiffanys content, watching Winter Storm Lorraine as she pushed right up out of Arkansas into Missouri, straight through, Tennessee and Kentucky, and taking a toll on that northeast coast, going right up, from South Carolina, North Carolina, through Baltimore and Virginia, right through New Jersey, and slamming it in New York with a lot of snow, heavy windfall as well, going right up towards New England. Just these next 2 days, it's going to be heavy snowfall on our northeast coast. So are you ready? It's going to be very impactful, okay? And remember, it's mixed precipitation as it moves out on that Tuesday night. But just be aware, it's going to be a lot of snowfall, even from 1 to 3 inches up to 8 to 12 inches in certain areas. And you can just see all that rain is pushing right out of that Gulf Coast. This is what's causing everything, that warm air meeting with that cold air and causing that clash. And you can see how it's sitting right above, Arkansas going into Missouri. And like I said, it's going to push its way across northeast. And you can see all this flooding activity is already, going straight through Alabama, Georgia, definitely hanging around Mississippi as well. And you can see all that windfall as well. It's just a lot going on, okay? So this is going all the way up that east coast. Oh, but it's not over for the west coast either. There's going to be snowfall today as well, going into the next few days over there in Washington, Oregon, moving right into Montana and just taking a toll on that west coast as well. But look at the Gulf Coast, severe thunderstorms, lightning, rain, and threat going right up that northeast as it turns into snow. Okay, so this is what we're facing, a snowstorm up that northeast, like I told you in my video last week. And then of course all that snowfall in that upper part of the United States. So it is not over. What does it feel like today though? Look at that, 10 degrees over there on that west coast, 20 degrees. It's still quite cold. And then in the Gulf Coast, you're going to see 80s and 70s. And that's the problem. It's clashing with all that cold air in that central United States. And it's going to cause it to, move towards the northeast and a snowstorm. So look at the hazards that we already have out there with those thunderstorms, lightning, and heavy rainfall. Excessive rainfall can even cause tornadic activity with that warm and that cold air meeting together. So you're going to see, heavy severe weather in that southeast, as well as heavy rain and heavy snow just clashing together and mixing together, and you can see it all in that action. Just take a look at all that heavy snowfall and rainfall that'll be pushing through the United States, and this is just for the next 2 days. So make sure that you're aware that west and that northeast is definitely going to be hammered, okay? So that's just all to it. You can see how much rainfall and how much severe threats that we have right now in the south, and just take a look at that. It is definitely moving up that northeast coast, and I just want everybody to make sure that you're commenting below. Let's react to this weather together. Let me know what's happening in your cities. And we still have snowfall down there, 25 inches going through the Great Falls. It's still a lot of snow. And look, 11 in Oklahoma, moving on up. That's that system that's moving towards the northeast that's going to take a toll on it. And you can see in the next 2 days just where that snowfall will be headed. Okay, so just make sure you're aware of that. You can see on the east coast already, it's setting up shop for all that thunderstorm, lightning, and rain just as for today. So you're going to see all that low pressure, and it's a stationary front, so it's lingering for a while, but then it's going to start moving up and meeting up with that snow and causing a mixed situation before it becomes a heavy snowfall up that northeast coast. Okay, so just make sure that you're aware. And on the west coast, it's not over there either. There's a lot of cold fronts coming through, and snow and rain as well. It's a lot of mixed precipitation over there too, and it's definitely going to be pushing through in the next 2 days. Some heavy rainfall going to be coming through as well. Okay, so just make sure that you're aware of that. So we're going to take a look at that GFS run and look at that clashing in the Gulf, meeting up with that system in the northeast, and look at that. It's going to be a snowstorm. Okay, so are you ready for the northeast coast? Okay, that's going all the way up, and you're going to see hazards all the way from South Carolina to North Carolina, Baltimore, Virginia, up to New Jersey and New York. So right now you're going to see a lot of precipitation, heavy rainfall down in the Carolinas, and that's going to be moving up. And then the other system, from the north, is going to be snow from, Missouri and all that central area, and that's going to be moving on towards the northeast. So when that clashes together, it's going to cause, a lot of heavy snowfall going even from Pennsylvania down to that northeast coast. So just be aware, it's going to be a lot of activity, and you're going to see all these warnings and watches, okay? So this is going to be taking a toll on the northeast coast, and it's definitely going to be affecting the New York City as well. Heavy snowfall in that area, so just make sure that you're aware. It's going to be a lot of snowfall even going up to New England up until Wednesday, so just make sure you're aware of all of the activity and shovel smart, okay? Make sure you're dressing warm, stay hydrated, just do small amounts at a time. Don't pass out, take breaks. But Winter Storm Lorraine is here. The National Weather Service love that we share this information with you, so let's react to this weather together. I love reacting to the weather, just having some fun since I've earned my associate's in science degree. So make sure that you stay tuned to my page. It's Tiffanys Content. Like, share, subscribe.